Alright, so my son wanted a little project to do, so we ordered some parts for the Jeep. We're putting on a differential cover, and then we're gonna put on some differential sliders. Alright, so what are you doing now?
We're taking off the oil drain plug for the diff pan right here in the back.
Okay. So we're gonna drain the oil first, and then we're gonna undo all the bolts, take off the diff cover, and then replace it with the new one. So he's draining it right now, and we'll keep you posted. All right, so it stopped dripping. What are you doing now?
Reinstalling the drain plug, and then we're gonna take off all the face bolts.
And we'll be taking off the differential. My 16-year-old son, he just likes keeping his hands busy, so let him get to work. Be careful as you loosen it, the differential fluid, there may still be some left.
Mm-hmm.
It'll leak out of that. Yeah, so keep that right under there. How's it going?
They're all moving slowly. It's just they're a little tough to get out.
Just loosen it, and then we'll hit it with the impact. Well, I would loosen all of them.
Okay.
And then we'll be putting on this as well. It's actually pretty easy when you watch your son do the work. Right, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Keep you posted. Okay, so he's gotten to a point now, he's loosened the bolts, and then we're just gonna use the drill. Be careful not to let it fall into the oil pan, okay? Perfect. And just set it down. There you go. So he's just gonna remove them now. I'm gonna leave two loose up at the top, and then kind of pry the differential back a little bit, just to make sure that all the oil comes out. And then once we're sure that all the oil is out, then we'll go ahead and pull it all the way off, and then put the new one on. So far, no snags. Everything's going pretty smoothly. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I agree.
You could see that the oil's already starting to come down from the bottom of it. All right, we'll keep you guys posted. All right, so where are we at now?
We got almost all the bolts off. We're gonna take off this diff. This
You're
face cover
pulling.
right here.
You're pulling the bottom, making sure no oil comes out. Okay.
Right.
And then those are the two that we left in there.
Yeah, just so it's more secure.
Okay. Nice. And then just pull it off, hold it up, and there's the diff. And then here, I think that's a gasket, dude. Yeah, that's a gasket that we can reuse. Boom. Sweet, sweet. Okay. And that'll be that. So we're gonna go get the other one and get it set up. All right, so I held it there while Tyler started putting the bolts on. He has 3 in already. I just gave him a little helping hand, and it's coming along. Those are the bolts that metalcloak supplied, so we'll be tightening those up, and then we'll be putting on the slider or the diff slider, and then filling it with the diff oil, and we'll be all set. About 1 2/3, right?
Yeah.
So it's actually a pretty easy install. I mean, I joke around about, you know, Tyler doing the work, but it really is not that difficult.
No,
Just
not at all.
Just got to get bolts on, get comfortable, you know, because you'll be working under the Jeep, and everything just kind of slides together. And right now he's just hand tightening before he starts using the ratchet to get it down real tight. So we'll skip ahead the part where he's tightening all the bolts and then starting to fill it up. All right, so he's just going around in a star-shaped pattern, going all the way across to tighten the bolts. What tool are you using, Tyler?
Or actually with a T40 at the end.
T40, okay. Again, those are the bolts that metalcloak provided us. So just be patient this part. We tighten everything by hand. I don't like to use impacts to tighten, just to loosen. So, especially when Tyler's the one doing it. All right, we'll skip this part and get to the filling. All right, so Tyler finished the bolts, and now he's filling it. What did the manual call for again?
3 pints,
Right.
which is 1.5 quarts.
Okay, which is so stupid. Why don't they do it all the same measurement? I don't know. So he's just filling it in the fill hole. A lot of people get tricked because usually on a stock diff cover, you just fill it till it weeps and then it's full, right?
Right, but it's not like that.
No, why?
Because metalcloak made the fill hole higher.
Yep, metalcloak made the fill hole higher, so now we have to figure out how much 3.06 pints is. Yay us, right?
Right.
It's going pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, and then we're gonna be moving on. He'll finish filling this up, and we'll move on to putting on the sliders. All right, so technical difficulty for me. I accidentally stopped recording. So yes. So Tyler is putting the skid plate on right now. So they're connected with like a U-bolt that slides in between the axle. So it kind of traps it in there. Perfect. It's perfect, Tyler. And then you just put the bolts down, but we're not going to tighten them down quite yet because we have to do the front part. You okay?
Yeah.
All right, let me see. So that's it right there, the differentials underneath. And then he has to get those bolts. Here, let me move them so I can show everyone what's going on. Okay. So this is the part of the differential, right? And then here's the other part that he already put on there. And there's actually a piece where it sits on top of so that it doesn't move. So it's like trapped right there. And then all you gotta do is lift that up, and then you put the bolt through, and then you put the nut on the top, and then you tighten it up. So that's what Tyler's doing right now. Let me back up. Let him get to work. You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, you got the bolts in already? Nice. So now we're gonna hand tighten all of that, and once it's all hand tightened, then we'll bring in the ratchets socket, and we'll tighten everything down. Sound good?
Yep.
All right, Ty. So there's Tyler's finished work. The new diff cover and the new diff slider, and he put in all new fluids. Not bad for an hour's worth of work. This kid's amazing.